Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will be showing you that how basically you can build out a very simple application which is a password protected file sharing web application inside Node.js, Express, MongoDB, EJS template engine. So this is basically the demo of the application that you're seeing right here, guys. We have a simple file where the user can select any sort of image file, video file that it wants to share, and then basically we have an option field out there. Here you can also password protect that file as well. So as you click the share button, guys, let me just show you the demo here. As I click the image file, you will see that this is optional. After you select the image file, this is optional. You don't need to write the password, and we have this share button out there. So we are using MongoDB database, guys. You will see this database is empty right here, nothing is present right here, and we will store all the uploaded files inside this uploads directory. This is also empty. So now as I click the share button, guys, what will happen, it will give me the server will return me this live URL. So here the file is hosted here, and now if I refresh this, you will see an entry will be added inside the MongoDB database. You can see it will hold the path of the file which is present inside the upload / the actual file, and the original name is captured here. You will see screenshot 13.png, and we also basically keep track of how many downloads are made here. So download count is 0 here. So 3 things we are capturing here. ID is the primary key, it automatically captures. And now as I click this button, guys, you will see it will automatically download this. You will see as this is the image file, it is automatically downloaded. You will see that as I click this, automatically it will download, because we haven't provided the password. That's why. You will see we have inside our uploads directory one file is present right here. You will see we have 4 times downloaded this file. So this count value will also change here. Every time you download this file, this count value will change here. It will automatically keep track of how many downloads the user has made of this file. So we are capturing this information inside MongoDB database. So let's suppose if I refresh this here, and let's suppose I choose another file. Let's suppose this file, and now this time I provide a password 1 2 3 4 5 6 and click on share, and now once again this link will be generated, guys. Now if you click this link, as this is a password protected file, you will be granted this password page here. Before downloading the file, you must enter the password. Let me enter an incorrect password. You will see incorrect password. So now you need to enter the correct password. As I enter the correct password, now I will be able to download this file. So this is your image file which is downloaded. So it's a very simple file sharing website, guys, with this password functionality as well. You can also password protect your files while you share your files with the unique link as well. So this will be the application we will be building in this tutorial, guys. So please hit that like button, subscribe the channel as well, and now let's get started by building this application. I have given all the source code of this application, guys, in the description of this live stream. You can check out that link and get all the source code. So now let's get started, guys, by building this application. So first of all, I will close this server which is running right here. So I will simply close this and start from scratch. So here I will also close these windows. So right here, guys, I will once again go to my D directory, and inside my projects folder, here I will make a new directory, guys, which will be file sharing. I will cd into this, and I will open this inside my Visual Studio Code text editor. You will see that, guys, it has opened this inside my Visual Studio Code text editor. So here we will basically make a package.json file. So right here we will simply say npm init-y. So this will create the package.json file. Now we need to install some dependencies, guys. First will be the Express dependency, which will be the web server. We also need the Malter dependency, guys, for uploading the files. .env is also required for sharing useful information. .env. We also need basically Mongoose library, guys. Mongoose basically interacts with the MongoDB database. We need that. And after this, we also need the bcrypt library, guys, which is useful for hashing the passwords. So that's all the libraries that we will need for this project, guys. So simply install all these dependencies. So as soon as it's done, we need to create index.js. So right here inside this, guys, if you just reload, all the dependencies will be listed right here. As soon as that dependencies are over installing, it is just installing it. So just wait for this. In the meantime, we can basically write the code here. We can instantiate a very simple Express application. We will require this package Express, and then we will make a new Express app, guys. We will say Express, and we will listen on this port number, guys, which basically will be the port number. We can create a new variable which will hold the port number for us. So this port number will be coming from an environment variable. So we will need to create a .env file, guys, .env file, and here we will hold two properties. First will be the database URL and second will be port number. So port number will be 3000. So this application will be running on 3000. So how we can get this? We first of all need to include that .env file right here at the top. So we need to require that module which is .env, and we need to say config. That's all. So after this, guys, what we can say is that now to start this application at that port number, we can simply say process.env. We can say process.env and followed by the property that you given. So this is port here, so we can simply say port. So we can also have a callback function, guys. So simply we can say app is listening on port, and then we can concatenate the port here, which is. So now basically we can run this application, guys, by executing nodemon index.js. So you will see app is listening on port 3000. And now after this, guys, we basically need to also install one other dependency I think we forgot, which is EJS, which is a template engine. So simply install this also. Now once again I will start this. So now we need to set this view engine, guys, app.set. We need to set the view engine, which is EJS, and here we will basically make a simple get request. So whenever someone goes to the home page, we will load a template here which will be response.render, and we will render out this template, guys, which is index. So right here we need to create a views folder, and inside this we will create a template which is index.ejs. So just make it, and this will be a simple template, guys. So we can simply say hello world. So whenever someone goes to the home page now, if I say localhost 3000, you will see hello world will be there. So now we are successfully loading this template, and after this, guys, we do need to basically connect to our MongoDB database. So I have already downloaded this MongoDB community edition, guys. So right here, this is the database. You can also connect with the remotely database as well. But if you have installed this MongoDB Compass, then basically we can write a URL inside .env. Basically we can create a new property here, which is database underscore URL, and here this will be MongoDB, and this basically default port number is 27017, and after that, which will be the database which will automatically gets created. So we will call this database as node file sharing. You can call this database anything you want. That's all. This is your database URL. So now basically, guys, we also need to import the mongoose library. We will simply require the mongoose library here, and inside the mongoose library, guys, we have basically a method which allows you to connect to our database. So right here we will make use of this method, which is mongoose.connect, and here we will simply process.env, and we will get the database URL underscore URL. This will automatically connect to our MongoDB database. That's all. This is all that you need to write. And also, guys, we do need to configure our Malter library. So we just need to require the Malter library, which allows you to upload the files. For that, we need to create an uploads directory where we will be storing all the uploaded files. So just create it, and right here we will mention the directory, guys. So we will simply say that in order to uh, we will create a middleware, guys, simple middleware upload, and we will simply call this Malter library. And here it takes an object, guys, which is destination. So destination provides, you need to provide the folder name. So we will simply provide the folder name, which is uploads here. So inside this folder we will store all the uploaded files. That's all. So this is all that you need to do. And also, guys, we do need to use this middleware function app.use. Whenever you are working with forms, we do need the URL encoded and this extended property to be true. So this is required. This is simply, I think it's called as body parser middleware. It is already built in inside Express now. You don't need the external body parser middleware. So after this, guys, we will now write this index EJS template, and inside this template, guys, we will basically have a very simple form. Instead of this hello world, we will basically have a very simple form. So inside this form, guys, we will basically make a post request to this route, which is slash upload, and this method will be post, and encoding type will be multipart form data, because we will be importing files here. That's why multipart form data. That's all. So inside this, guys, we will basically have an input field, input type file, and inside this basically we also need to give it a name attribute here. So name attribute file, and it should be required. So user must upload a file. And then, guys, basically we will have a label for entering the password. So here we will say enter password. So basically it's a optional field. It is not required that the user must write the password. And then we will have the input type password field. That's all. And now, guys, we will have a button to submit the form. So button type will be of submit type. That's all. So we can basically add a style to that button, which is grid column. These stylings are not required, guys. I'm just doing this so that it should look good. So inside the button, we will simply say here share. That's all. And for the form, guys, we do need to, I will add this styling here. It is not required that you add this styling. All the source code is given in the description. So I'm not talking about the CSS, so it is just added so that the form looks great. If you now refresh now, you will basically see your form here. This is choose file button, and I think we are missing the label here. So yeah, we are missing the label. So just before that, we just need a label here, guys, which will be for the file. So we will say upload file, or we can say select file. So if you now refresh now, guys, you have this select file, enter password, and share. So now, guys, we will basically need to make this post request. So whenever you select it, do this, we need to make this post request. So now go to index.js. We will make this post request, which is slash upload. And right here, guys, we will pass this middleware, which is we have put this upload middleware. So we will pass this middleware upload.single. We will upload a single file, and here we need to pass the name attribute of the file. So inside index.js, you will see we have given this name attribute. So we need to pass the same name attribute here. So this will upload the file, and now inside request response, basically here we can console log the path here. We will simply say request.file.path. This will hold the path of the uploaded file, which will be stored inside this uploads directory. So now if I basically submit a file here, guys, choose the file, click on share, you will see in the console the path will be uploaded here. You will see upload slash and followed by this one. So that's all. You can see the file has been uploaded inside the uploads directory. So you can see that. And also if I wanted basically whatever the password is written, we can simply get the password here, which is request.body.password. So whatever, it will be coming from the body middleware, and password will be the name attribute that you given right here. So now if I write any sort of password here, let me choose the file, enter the password, click on share. Let me just refresh this. You will see the password is printed out on the console. That's all. You will see that this is coming because we added this middleware function line inside this. You will see guys, app.use express.url encoded. If you don't write this line, then you will not get the password. So after doing this guys, we just need to insert this information in the database. Rather than doing this, we will delete this. So for this guys, we will create a simple models folder, and inside this we will create a file.js. This will hold the information about the table that we need to create for our MongoDB database. So for this, first of all, we will import the mongoose library, and then we will create a new file, and this will be mongoose.schema, and here we will define the schema for the table guys. So first of all, it will hold the path property guys. It will be of type string, and required will be true. It must be required. Then we will have the actual file guys, which will, this will be the original name of the file. This will also be of type string, and it must be required, so it will not be empty. Third property will be of password guys, and this will be only of type string. This is not required, so this is optional. And the fourth property is the download count. We will make sure we will track how many downloads are there. So this will be an object. It will be of type number, and required will be true. That's all. And the default value we have will be, default value for this will be 0 whenever the file is uploaded. So it will start from 0, the default value. That's all. Now we simply need to export that guys. So we will say mongoose dot, it contains a method guys model. It will create this model guys, which will be file, and we will pass the schema. That's all. This is a schema, and we are creating this model or table collection, anything you call. So this MongoDB will create this table. So after this guys, we just need to go to index.js right here. Whenever we are inserting this information, we need to create a object here. So this object guys, we will call this as file data, and it will contain two properties. First will be the path of the file, which will be request.file.path, and the original name. So original name is coming through guys, again request.file.original name. So these two properties that we are storing inside our schema, you will see path and original name, you will see that. And now for the password guys, as I already told you, password is not mandatory. We just need to have a if condition here for the password. We will simply check that if the request.body password is not equal to null, if the password is submitted by the user in that case, and also if request.body.password is not equal to nothing. So both the things mean the same thing guys. We are simply checking that if this password field is empty, is filled by the user. So when you load this application, you choose this file, and we are simply checking that if the password is written by the user. In that scenario, this condition will evaluate to true. In that case, we do need to add a property for the password inside that object file data. We will create a new property password, and here we will create the hash. So just make this function guys async, and just make this function as async, and right here we will require the library bcrypt package. So just require that. So now to create the hash, we will simply use the await keyword, and bcrypt, it contains the hash method guys. We will pass the original password request.body.password, and then we will create the hash. Here you need to pass the salt. So I will pass here 10, that's all. So this will create the hash, guys, and after that we need to save this information inside our database. Again we will use file. This will be the actual model, guys, which will get imported. Think we need to import this. We will simply say const file, and we need to require this models.file. This is the actual model, guys. You will see that we are using it. So it contains a method which will be create, and here we need to pass the object which is file data. That's all. So this will actually create the record, guys, and now we need to re-render the template which will be index, and here we need to pass this one property, guys, which will be file link. So this will be the actual link which will be created automatically, guys, whenever your file is uploaded, and this will be request.headers.origin. So this will be the property, guys, what is your domain name. So this will be the domain name here, automatically captured using this request.headers.origin, and then /file/ the ID of the file. So this will be the ID, file.id. That's all. So ID is nothing but guys, it automatically gets created. It is unique every time. So whenever you create some record inside MongoDB, this ID variable will be created. So that's exactly what we are using. So that's all, guys. We just need to now rerun the application. And also, guys, we do need to make sure that we display this. Sorry, let me first of all check here. Localhost 3000. If I choose this file, click on share. As you can see, guys, let me refresh this. As you can see, if I refresh this database, if I refresh reload data, and you will see a database will be created which will be node file sharing, files collection is created, and one record is added here. You will see that, guys, upload /. Let me delete all these files first of all. Click on delete. Let me put it first of all empty. Let me delete this database now, guys. First of all, let me delete this node file sharing, and also let me delete this files as well. So no files are present right here. Now if I try to basically go to the route localhost 3000, if I choose the file, and if I now enter the password 123456, click on share, nothing happens here. But if you check inside your database, guys, if you now refresh, that database will be created node file sharing, and one record is there inside the path. Here you will see that original name, and this password, you will see it is hashed. Password is hashed. If you check inside uploads folder, you will see that this is a file which gets uploaded. Now we need to go to index.ejs, guys. We need to simply display this file. We need to display this link that we are sending right here, which is file link. So we can simply write some EJS code right here. So as you all know, inside EJS we have this symbol, which is will have a if condition. We will say locals dot the property which is file link that we sent is not equal to null. In that case, we will surround this with these brackets here. So this is EJS. This code is executing it on the server side. This is embedded JavaScript template. So here inside this, guys, we will display this your file is uploaded, and now we can print this inside your href tag. So for printing variables, we add this equal to sign here inside EJS, and then we can say locals dot file link, and also we need to close right here. Sorry, let me close this equal to sign like this. Okay, yeah. And inside the label, guys, you will simply display the same thing again. This is slightly complicated, guys, but you need to write this. So right here guys, we are printing out the file here, and if you now refresh your application, if you try to upload the file, click on share, you will see your file is uploaded. This is basically where the file is there. If I now click it, it is clickable. Nothing will happen because we haven't written the get request for this particular route. We will do it in the next step, but you will see that now if I choose the file, enter the password as well. So now this will be password protected. So now we need to tackle this. We need to write the get and the post request for this specific route. So we will do this. So we can basically add some styling guys here. So we will use this margin from the bottom position. We can add some 1 rem. That's all. So now guys, we go to index.js. We basically write a request which will be get request for downloading that file which is uploaded. So this will be the same route guys where we will make the post and the get request. So that's why we will write like this app.route. So this will be /file, and this will be dynamic parameter which will be the ID of the file. You can see _ID. _ID guys, this is coming because you will see we have a record called as ID. This will be unique every time. So whenever you upload the file, so this will be coming as in the URL. So we will basically have the get request. We will execute this function which will handle download. We will also make the post request to the same URL, and we will execute the same function handle download. This is a very simplest of ways to write this. It's a very handy way to write the route for both the request. And now we will define this function guys. This function will be async, which will be handle download. It will take the request and the response. And first of all guys, we will capture this ID. We can do this using request.params.id. This is how we can do that. Now we need to first of all capture the file using it contains a method guys which is find by ID. We will pass the ID which is request.params.id, and here we will simply check if the file has password. If the password is not equal to null, so in that case password is present inside that the file is protected. So in that case we do need to check if the password is passed. We will simply check if request.body.password is equal to null. In that case we will re-render a new template guys which will be password. We need to create this template and we will simply return. So this template guys which will show the user a password page where the user must enter the password. So this will be very simple. This will be a simple form where the user must basically enter the password. So this will be same here. Let me paste it here. So this we will delete this. This will submit to the same route. That's why we haven't written that action right here. So here we will simply say method will be simple post. I think we already written that method to be post here. You will see method is post. And encoding type we do need to delete because we are not uploading a file. So we need to delete that. And we are not selecting a file, so simply delete that. We are submitting the password, so we will say enter password. That's all. And also we will delete this also. This is our form guys, and now we need to show this template. As you now refresh your application, if you now go to localhost 3000, if I now put 1 2 3 4 5 6, if I put the password here, and now this template will be shown to me. Enter password, you will see that. And now I need to enter the password here. So this button will be download instead of share. So we will simply change it to download. So right here guys, we will inside our index.js. So here we have this if condition right here guys. If the password does exist, if the password property does exist in the database. So if the password property is not there, in that case we need to directly download the file. So for downloading the file, guys, it's very easy. We have a method inside our database, sorry, in Express. First of all, we will increment the value of file.download count. We will increment it by 1, and then we will simply say file.save. We will save the file, and then we will simply download the file. Response.download, we will say file.path, and with the original name, that's all, file.original name. So this is because we are doing right here, guys. So this condition will fail because the password is not present, so we can directly download the file. So now what will happen, guys, if you go to localhost 3000, if you choose the file but if you don't provide the password, click on share, this link will be generated. Now the file will be automatically downloaded without, it will not ask for the password. But now if you do provide the password, in that case, if you now click, you will be redirected to the password screen. So that's why. And now we need to implement the functionality, guys. So whenever we submit the password, so right here we will simply, if the password submitted is not null, in that case we will have another if condition. We will say await, and we will bcrypt has a comparison method, guys. We will compare the password. We will pass the plain password which is submitted by the user to the hashed password which is present inside the database. So if this returns false, guys, in that case we will put this not sign here. In that case we will again render the same template which is password. This time we will pass an option which is error. So error will be equal to true in that case. So we will pass this error, guys, to be true, and we will simply return. We don't need to execute the rest of the code right here. So right here, guys, we need to display this error message. So now we will move to the password.ejs. Right here at the top, we can simply right here, if you see, you can copy this, paste it here. This time this property is error. So if this property evaluates to true, in that case we will simply display a message incorrect password. We can add a property, one other property here, which is color to be red. So now if you refresh your application, if you try to basically upload a file, choose a file here, put my password as 123456. If I now try to enter a wrong password, you will see incorrect password. I need to enter the correct password 123456. Click on download. Your file will be downloaded. So this is basically your file sharing web application, guys, which is built using Node.js Express and MongoDB. All the concepts are used here. You can go to the description of the video to get all the source code. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will be seeing you in the next live stream.